Well, hello, and welcome back to Idol Slayer. So, there's been a few interesting things that have happened. I have a screenshot of one of them. I might just post it in the channel as a teaser for this video, though, so I'm not going to put it in the video. But, let's go over here to the achievements. We'll see it in the achievements. Wait, actually, I think we can see it in the list here. There it is, boys! I got my 5th perfect chest hunt. Now, this did give me 7 trillion souls. I don't even know if that's noteworthy or not, honestly. I have a quadrillion souls, so that's why I didn't put the screenshot up, because is a 7 trillion chest hunt really worth it? Like, seeing when I have this much, it's like a drop in the bucket. However, it happened, and it took me 2,099 chest hunts roughly. I don't know how many it was when I got it, to get it. And this chest hunt, I killed 3 mimics. So what happened is, the first chest was a mimic. Second chest was a 2x multiplier. I used that to grab the saver, killed 2 mimics with the saver. And then the last mimic was in the upper left-hand corner, which you know is always the last chest I open. So, just a stroke of absolute luck that this happened. I also had a soul multiplier during it. Oh. Speak of the devil, right? And it just worked out that way. Come on. Oh, double the mimics. And this is pretty... Actually, I take that back. I went this way, snaked this way, then went that way, but I try to always do the same way, so yeah, so I got that done, and there's one other very special... We're actually going to look at the achievement, too, because I think it's nice to have. And there's also one other very special achievement that we have achieved, so let me go find it. No, well, that's not it. There's my first one. There's my 5 perfect chest hunts, and there's one other one. There's one other one. Ooh. What could it be? What is it? Oh, spend the Slayer chips. Yeah, we'll talk about that too. Oh, I still don't have 1,000,000 diamonds? Really? Oh, that's surprising. Come on, where is it? You know, it's going to be hard to find it because I achieved the achievement. I have no idea what this achievement looks like because I didn't even realize I had achieved it until it was too late. I didn't even realize I had achieved it until I looked at my Steam page and it was like, hey, you achieved this achievement. I'm trying not to spoil it because I want to find the achievement in here. 1,000 bonus stages. Nope. Bum bum bum. So, yeah, I am doing something else really quick. So, yeah, just yeah, I'm actually behind an Idol Kingdom defense, so that's yeah. Oh wow. Where is it? By behind, I just mean I need to do all my dailies and stuff in it today. It's been a weird day. There it is! Slaying for a year, we have officially played the game for 365 days. I don't even know what to say. It doesn't even feel like it's been a year, and that's scary. I should know this because I put out a video a week with a few exceptions, and I'm into 50-something videos. And I started Idol Slayer apparently slightly after I started playing the tower. So I should have known this is coming, but it still sneaks up on you anyways. As you can see, there's still like 20 achievements to go. There's really not too many. I mean, oh, well, here we got a bonus stage. I was kind of confused about okay, well, I guess we're gonna close that now. The, Ultra Ascension ones, I didn't know if there was anything special about that. Anyways, like, I do wish that the chest hunt would remember your highest, chest hunt and your highest, what am I thinking? Highest chest hunt, that's one, and Oh, I mean your highest coin total and your highest soul total for the chest hunt. So you could, you know, try and beat your personal record. Obviously, it's harder to talk when I'm trying to, like, not die on the bonus stage. But that's where we're at. I did have an interesting comment on the previous video that they're going to nerf inner power, too. That's another thing I want to talk about. I sincerely hope they do not nerf inner power. I think inner power is great. It keeps the minions relevant throughout the entire game. Yeah, that was a terrible use of those 6 right there, but that was a nice save I had. I tend to do that, like if I have a nice save, oh well, I dropped it there. But anyways, I checked with the Discord, and nobody else on the Discord knows about this pending nerf. And so they asked, like, what my source of that was, because I was the second person to ask about that. I would find it very strange if they nerfed inner power, because then the minions aren't as relevant anymore, when the entire purpose of inner power was that the minions are relevant. Now, if the issue is that, you know, I could have flawless this too if I didn't screw it up on a lot. If the issue is that inner power is overperforming compared to actually raging for souls, the issue isn't inner power. The issue that we all should be concerned about is why isn't, you know, why aren't, yeah, none of those words are coming out right. Why isn't the rest of the game scaling appropriately? And as always, I have an answer for that. And I really feel like the answer is not going to be this extra 25% with... Because they were saying, well, you should buy the 50 quadrillion 25% on your way to 500 quadrillion. But you know, obviously you're not going to buy it. And I'm like... I mean, so from a mathematical perspective, it does math out. I don't even know... Oh, that was the... Okay, that was... We already hit enough boxes. Alright, hold on. Let me turn my silver boxes on. I forgot to do that. Yeah, they're really starting to pile up here. Except for that one time, like, I just accidentally left the bank on after I made the video. If I don't do that, they just really pile up. Oh, and and just so you know, we are here specifically. We're going to do the Dark Blizzard and finish that off soon. That just leaves Demon Slayer. I don't really care about Demon Slayer. It doesn't, like... If I do it, it's just so I can say I did all the quests. Let's put it that way. I probably need to do it, but I mean, I really don't care about evolving black demons into corrupted demons. I could care less. That doesn't, like, it's not going to suddenly make me hang out in the, what is it, the castle? Haunted Castle, yeah, it's not going to make me suddenly go there or anything, so I don't really care. That said, we do actually need to go somewhere more, oh, wait, no, we're going to do the Dark Blizzard thing first. So, yeah, you can see I'm really running low on the Spirit Boost. Yeah. Oh, I have to get some more pinchers, too. I didn't get an Ascendant badge. I mean, a chest. Oh, that's surprising. Disappointing. Yeah, I have a bunch of eggs to open, too. I forgot to open them last week. So let's go look at this, because this is what I really wanted to talk about with this video. It's on Ascendant. Again, I will still state my opinion. This should be Astral. Why is that? Oh, that you have to have. You have to Ultra Ascend to unlock this. This should 100% be Astral. There's no excuse for this not being Astral. And I will, that is something I will say again and again until it is Astral. Oh, well, you know what, damn it. No, not that. Thank you, Mr. Dude. This should actually get us, if not all the way there, really close. I guess it got us all the way there. Yep. I have never used the 125 staff. Oh yeah, there's something else we need to talk about. Everybody said get a Mega Horde and do that. You know what? I counted how many of those dudes there were in a Mega Horde. Guess how many dudes there were in a Mega Horde? I'll wait. And you're thinking like 100, 200, 900,000. And the answer is no. It's about 20. So let's do the math real quick. I get a bonus kill, so 20 turns into 40. This, one of the, I think this is 50, this is 10, I don't know. This would make it to 20 to 200. This would make it 20 to 1,000, right? So if I use everything, it's 20 plus 20, because I get a bonus 20. Yeah, look, we can count it here. 2, I think that was 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? You really only get 7. Anyway, alright, well, we're going to go with 20, because I counted 20. And again, so we have 20, plus my kill bonus, which is another 20. So we're at 40. Plus the 10x, or the 10 kills per, right? So we're at 40, and that's 200. Okay, looking better. Plus the other staff, which is 50, which is 1,000, which would get me at best 1,240 kills. To me, that math sucks. There's no way I'm doing anything with that math. I would just AFK it, and that's what I did. It just takes forever to AFK. Basically, I had to make sure that I always ended up here when I wasn't doing anything and just let it run, you know? Just let the game do its thing. Was it bad? Eh. The good news is, like, I need one more Yeti thing and we're leaving here. There's nothing else for it, so I probably will try to do Demon Slayer. Probably I'll do it the same way, because you have the same issue with Demon Slayer to the same extent as here. Because again, you don't get a lot of demons. It's a little easier to do this in that layer because you can get, you know, a lot of kills because they do spawn more often than a giant. But in terms of practicality, it's not really practical to worry about it. So let's go to, and we're going to have to, well, it doesn't matter. I'm sure we're going to hit Mystic Valley up again. And, you know, we probably could have gone to the Haunted Castle to do it right after that. That would have been really efficient. But at the same time, I would much rather try to fish for a soul multiplier in here than to, you know, like try and finish this quest. I mean, if anything, I'll work on this offline and maybe we'll come finish it next week. I don't know. This is not a priority because again, this doesn't change anything. But I will try to idle there when I, you know, can, I guess. Alright, so anyways, now that we've taken care of that, let's go back over here. So again, this, in my opinion, should be Astral. This should also be Astral. Again, these are very expensive. They're 40 and 50 trillion each. They're not something you can easily get. I mean, yes and no. Like, at my point, right, I'm going to Ultra Ascend at 500 quadrillion. Could I easily buy these? Yes. But when starting over again, there is such an initial cost sink. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't want them to be, I just want them to be Astral. I do not want to have to buy these every time. But again, you know, outside of all that, you know, what I come back to is this. Oh, okay, another bonus stage. Anyways, what I come back to is this. When we look at all the other upgrades, there's no upgrade that's going to help me with anything. There's no upgrade in there that's going to help me achieve my 500 quadrillion. The only one is possibly the plus 25% for 50 quadrillion. But here's the problem with that. There's a huge problem. And we're getting to the huge problem. I was thinking. I would need, in my estimation, at least 150 quadrillion to consider getting it. That means from 150 quadrillion with the 25%, it needs to be more impactful than me just using inner power with the extra 50 quadrillion for the last. So if I purchase the upgrade, I would need to get from 100 quadrillion to 500 quadrillion for a total of 550 quadrillion. If I don't purchase the upgrade, I need to get from 150 quadrillion 300. I need to get from 150 to 550 for 350 quadrillion souls. If I'm leaning on inner power, it makes absolutely no sense in any sense of the word to get the upgrade. I don't think the upgrade is worth it. Really? Whatever. Did I just, like, mindlessly go through the... whatever. Anyways, it just doesn't make sense unless it's significant. Now, so to be fair, 400 quadrillion, a quarter of that is 100 quadrillion. So there is some evidence that it should be worth it. But, you know, the other half of my complaint is something that's 50 quadrillion sold. Should be asked for. Like, you can't make something that expensive and not make it asked for. That's my opinion. 100% Zerdan, you heard it here first. Ah. Every now and then that happens, and I blow it here. I'm kind of curious, because I don't think that actually breaks Flawless, but I imagine it would have broken me getting Thayer, but Thayer I got with the Spirit Boost anyways. I don't know why sometimes it's so hard. I think I do the jump wrong on this part. Really wish I had there was a magnet for the bonus state doors. Obviously that would like completely trivialize this, but I still... Oh, okay, I get it flawless anyway, so I guess... So it doesn't really matter. I mean, it would matter if I was going for Thayer or whatever, I guess, but whatever, I guess. It's really easy to cheese it like I did the second time. You just wait behind a big block of one. Oh, okay, we actually gonna get this. Oh, an excellent Borealis. Let's see. Alright, what's the bow got? Yep, worthless. Trashola. Just makes me sad, trash things. I don't even know what set of gear I have on. Okay, I don't have my, I really want, and just to be clear, I really want gear sets. I think we need at least 3 gear sets in this game. And 3 gear sets that can be independently equipped, and the items just go in the gear set. Like, none of this where it's like, oh, we pull it out of... No. 3 completely separate loadouts that also function as inventory. But anyways... So yes, at 100 quadrillion, at 150 if you bought this, went back to needing 400 quadrillion to get to Edge Map. That does give it a value. If you just went up, you would get, you know, from 400 and... Actually, wait. I'm doing the math backwards. So at 150 quadrillion, you'd need 350 quadrillion. So 25%, what I should be doing is 25% of 350 is 87.5 quadrillion. So the reality is, how do I do this backwards? So earning 350 quadrillion with this would net you a total of 837.5 quadrillion. So it is technically worthwhile at that, but that means your rage would have to be, you know, you'd have to rage enough to get this. I'll tell you right now, I don't think I'm getting this. And to me, the real solution has nothing to do with continually giving these multipliers versus inner power. I feel like what we really need is a Soul Reaper 3. Because Soul Reaper is the only thing that scales correctly. In terms of, for every, you know, for this, every soul you gather is increased by this percentage, and that's every Slayer point. Soul Reaper 2 is an extra 0.25%. I don't know the math that we need to do to make this work. I honestly, I don't. But I believe the answer is in a buff, a Soul Reaper 3, that's probably Astral and Astral Lock, to kind of balance this out with inner power. Because I feel like Soul Reaper is the only thing that's going to scale competitively with, you know, pooling up your Slayer points. Because Soul Reaper also scales based on how much you kill. And that, to me, is the only way to balance it. And if Inner Power is too strong... And again, I don't think Inner Power is too strong. I think the issue is... A third bonus stage, okay. I don't think Inner Power is too strong. This is so weird. I mean, this is the first time this has happened in a video to get all these. But anyways, I don't feel like Inner Power is too strong. What I feel like the issue is that Soul Reaper isn't scaling enough. And that's my take. If you want to fix this problem forever, you make a Soul Reaper 3, you scale it up, you know, balance the scaling a certain way, and then you can basically say, okay, with the appropriate Soul Reaper 3, no matter how much you have pooled, Inner Power never wins because it never overtakes it. That opens up another thing. But you know, the other thing it opens up is Edge Master balance, and I'm gonna say it's probably not. I sincerely think that for 500 quadrillion, I think it's way overpriced. I don't think the game, like, the soul inflation that we've gone through with this game, I don't think is good. I understand the history of why this happened. Apparently what happened is Pablo would put the updates in, and they would be reasonably achievable. You know, in what I would say is a reasonable amount of time. What happened is then the player base complained that they had nothing to play for once they had achieved everything. Pablo's response to that is to do what you're seeing now, where like Edge Master is 500 quadrillion, and only the most extreme Idol Slayer players will be able to achieve it. And I really don't know what to say to that. That, to me, is, I would say, terrible game design. The reason people should play is not necessarily because there's an endless set of things that are really hard to get. I mean, obviously it works because that's where we're headed. I guess I disagree with it on a... Disagree with it. I don't agree with it. I want to be very clear. I disagree with this. On, like, a personal level here. Like, I don't like games that do that. I don't think it's good game design. I don't think that finishing the game, like, let's say I got Edge Master, that really wouldn't even be the end of Idol Slayer for me. Because I would know there's always a bigger fish, right? Like, let's pretend I got all the achievements. Ultra Ascended, got everything. Let's pretend that somebody donated a ridiculous amount of jewels of soul. Let's just pretend. And they're like, Zerdan, I just want to see you do 500x soul multipliers, an entire video of that until you run out of pills. Make that your whole video, and then, oh hey, another flawless. That's wow. But both of them I had to use second window. So it wasn't really flawless, but flawless enough to get 3 bonus things. And let's just pretend a magical benefactor, and I'm not really asking for this, because I don't think I don't really want to do this. But let's just pretend I got a magical benefactor. And that magical benefactor said, hey, I am going to give you enough to have 3 500x multipliers every video until you get 500, excuse me. Until you get, oh, that's the wrong one. This one. For 4 minutes, until, you know, for every video, until you get Edge Master. Okay? You know, I usually get about a good multiplier is probably a minute and something. And I haven't had any soul multipliers here at all. You know, we're going to actually ascend while we talk about this. Because I don't see it happening. And I do have a 5 minute, well, 4 minutes now. you know, the 20x, which makes it really easy to get back to the spear and get all the things I need. Get everything here. This is the time to get it before everything goes crazy. Oh, that was dangerous. I do dislike how long killing a mimic is on here, and this is with the 2x speed up, mind you. I can't even imagine how long this took without the 2x speed up. To do this. I was trying to avoid this because... Let's see if I can... Well, let's see if I can actually do this now. Just because as soon as I get the ODs, it kind of blows everything up. I have to be careful not to buy it. I don't like the crystal minion dudes unless I'm, you know, unless I'm farming this for XP. I don't like them. Okay, there we go. I honestly don't know how people do the key trailing thing, because I would mistakenly buy the electro thing every time. And it would drive me absolutely insane not to complete the quest, because I would just see it here. This would constantly blink. I do wish you could turn... I 100% wish you could turn upgrades off from being purchased. Grab this. So we're almost back to a quadrillion. More there. I also avoid buying cursed willow trees for the exact same reason. If I go there to farm them, I don't care about souls because I'm there farming wood, and these actually make it a pain in the butt to farm wood. Not from personal experience, but from what I've heard, so I just, like, make sure not to buy it. If you remember, originally I was trying to avoid it, and again, same problem. It's very difficult to avoid completing the quest, because then it's just annoying in the way. Not a huge fan of either of these things. I do wish Big Arrow worked on both the giants and everything, but hey, we got it at least. But anyways, back to what I was saying. Like, I don't agree with that game design. I don't like it. I feel like a game like Idol Slayer, we should be able to complete, you know, in a reasonable time. Reasonable, of course, is subjective, but I believe that I should be able to, without being a super advanced player, complete patch to patch update. I can see why the player base at large doesn't like that, and why Pablo does what he does. Like, this is a player problem. This is not necessarily an issue with Pablo himself. This is a player base issue where if everything is easily done, and you know, again, easily is relative, right? One person's easy is another man's. This is too long. Then, you know, there's quote-unquote nothing to strive for. I mean, even if I had all the upgrades and everything like that, I would still be sitting here like, okay, let's try and get, what is it, the ninja? No, not the ninja, the level 500 spear. I still have to get that. I still have bonus stages to do. I don't have anywhere close to all the achievements. So it's not like all of a sudden, like, oh, hey, look, you got Edge Master, it's done. It's like, well, no, I've ascended, and I've gotten Edge Master. You know what, I'm doing this wrong. I'm going to buy these and just, yeah. Oh, that made them disappear. Did you see that? Alright, well, we're going to see if we can get lucky here. But, you know, I don't agree with... Oh, I don't have this. But I don't really agree with that as being the solution to the problem. I mean, it doesn't really matter what I think, though, because at the end of the day, this is what we got. Edge Master, 500 quadrillion. And you have to Ultra Ascend to unlock it, which is really not a big deal because, you know, you get both of those when you do, so it's like, it's kind of like the reason to do it, you know. But either way, it is what it is, right? It is what it is, and it is all that it will be, which is actually terrible reasoning for things. You should never take "it is what it is" as an argument, but... I mean, I can't really influence Pablo to be like, hey, yo, Pablo, I'm a YouTuber. You need to redesign the game to fit my preferences. That's never going to fly. I wish it would fly because, boy, I would love to be that influential on the world. But again, that's my take on it. I don't really like it. But again, I don't mind playing games when they're complete. Like, I played MMOs and I had done everything in the MMOs, but to me, like, if you ever run out of content in World of Warcraft, the solution is not... I don't even know how people do key trailing, because I totally would have just ate that key there. I did hear that, I did get the comment that they did nerf key trailing. You can't trail multiple keys anymore, so I guess that's kind of the solution to it. You can only ever do one at a time, and I guess that's a lot more balanced than, like, when I originally heard somebody did, like, 5, and I'm like, oh, that's a bit much. Oh, we also got to go gamble. Well, oh, shoot. Well, we have probably, this is not going to take me 2 minutes to chew through. So, I mean, but again, that's a Zerdan take. That game should not be designed so that they take forever to finish. Again, I mean, I feel like Pablo's in a rock and a hard place. This game is probably his most popular game he's ever made, and these design choices keep people playing. It is what it is. Oh, and I forgot to mention, back to that math about the 500x, you usually get about 10 trillion-ish souls off of one multiplier. Let's get this going. If I did do the 500x, that'd be, at best 12.5 times more, sometimes less. So I would be looking at getting 125 million souls times that, which I'd be able to get about half a quadrillion souls per each one. Assuming I could rage the entire time. I'm pretty sure I could rage the entire time. So if I was going to do it off 500x multipliers, with each one being half a quadrillion, I would need to just do 100 of them, and then I would have fundamentally everything, not everything, and that would be 400 minutes of just raging, just so you know. So a 500x multiplier, 400 minutes of non-stop raging to get all the souls that I would need. Is that right? I get about 10 trillion for a 40x, give or take. It's not going to be perfect. This is 12.5 times a 40x, so 10 times 12.5, that's 125 trillion. 125 trillion, I mean, again, they're a little under 4 minutes, but we're going to do some pretty liberal rounding here, because 125 times 4 is a perfect 500 trillion. 500 trillion is half a quadrillion. Well, 500 trillion is 1/100th of what we need. 10 of that is 5... No, it's 1/1000. So I need to rage for 4,000 minutes with a 5... I mean, obviously, as you accumulate more souls, Soul Reaper and everything goes up, and you get more souls. But, ugh. I was off by a factor of 10. Jeez. I would need to spend 200,000 gems to get Edgemaster? That's insane. I mean, obviously, after a certain point, you'd be like, well, I got 100 quadrillion. What's Inner Power returning? Can I just Inner Power it out? One of the buffs I would like to see with the minions. Hey, we got a soul multiplier. Oh no. Let me switch my gear out. It's not going to be the best soul multiplier. I'm gonna get that one for the bows. This one. This one. Oh, and the crafting of the armor. Yeah, I looked into that. Somebody said, well, you could probably upgrade your Adronis blade, but they were kind of non-committal about that. So I'm like, well, I forgot to use this, but it's fine. Use it now. I accidentally used 2. Beautiful. Just what I didn't need to do. Damn it, I was too slow. I'm trying to grab these. Okay, that's the last one. Oh, I also need to make one of those. Did I forget to? I probably did. Alright, well, there's my crafting items done. I'll go do those 2 obviously offline. We're not going to wait around for kind of actually really unfortunate. Oh well. Let's actually look at how my minions are doing, because now they're actually... I actually almost have a quadrillion back. We're at 973 trillion. And I still ultra ascend, like, I mean, I just ascend all the time, even when I have like 50 trillion. Because I'm like, whatever. I mean, it's not like it's really too hard to get back to where I am. So we can see that these guys are bringing back half a trillion again like they used to. He's almost up to 1 trillion. He has 1 trillion. I was actually surprised that Mr. Dark Wizard was up to over 1 trillion. Stone Golem's 4. Ninja is obviously irrelevant. And our big boy here, Mr. Cyclops, is almost up to 9 trillion. So 8.5 trillion. So that's 8 trillion from this. He gets about a little less than 1/100th. It's probably like 1/125th. Or sorry, 125th. Roughly. You know, I can check that real quick. 973 divided by 125. A little more than that. He's somewhere between 100 and 125. It's a little higher than 125. But anyways, yeah. So that's kind of my thoughts on the whole thing. And just to summarize, all of these really expensive things should be Astral. And that is a hill I am willing to die on. They should not... I would not say that these should be Astral locked. But at the same time, if part of them becoming Astral makes them Astral locked, I wouldn't lose a sleep over it. I would prefer that they were just not Astral locked and just like kind of like this guy over here. Oh, also this one over here. But this is less important. I honestly never buy this. I don't even think it's relevant. There's no evolution. Oh wait, I take that back. There is one evolution now that it's relevant for, and it's the Charged Adult Yetis that I have unlocked, because that would actually reduce it from UV down to VG. So actually something I could maybe buy on a regular basis. I have not bought Were-Rats, Giant Gorillas, or Charged Adult Yetis because all my calculations say that it doesn't even matter, you just want to be in funky space regardless, so there's no point to buying them, so I never do. So when the endgame was Giant Gorillas and raging in the jungle, that made way more sense to have this way up here. Because then getting Giant Gorilla... Now again, that was problematic in my opinion in its own way. And here's how I would say it's problematic, is that now you're in one of the 2 zones that give you rage pills. So now to get rage pills, you would only ever leave to Modern City and back, and I'm sure that's why Funky Space is returned as the king. Plus, that also gave the bat bow was the best bow at that time, which kind of killed that too. Yeah, it's kind of funny. We did 3 bonus stages and no Victor. Whatever. I'm not complaining. I do have Victor on it. That wasn't some. I didn't like turn him off for some reason because I still need to get a stupid ring that's good. I did actually finally beat Victor under 90 seconds too. 85 seconds. I did it with the bat bow. Bat bow plus because again, this is 100% damage to bosses, so that's better than parallel shot. Eventually, I think I'll stick with a bow. Oops, I missed that one. A bow with parallel shot and with souls, and is excellent. Ideally, an Adronis parallel shot bow, excellent with souls. That'll be my main bow, and I'll just replace the other bow with it, and I'll use the bat longbow when ascending. Again, that's kind of a longer take than I wanted to make on the state of the game, and my personal thoughts on what should be done to improve the game. And again, I'll stand by the Soul Reaper thing. I think that's the real solution. Soul Reaper 3, because you improve Soul Reaper 3, and then Inner Power just becomes something to help players that aren't as active, you know. But as always, let me know what you think in the comments. I do appreciate and read your comments. That's how I found out about, the alleged nerf to Inner Power and a couple other things. But I'm not thrilled, again, I'm not thrilled with the nerf to Inner Power. But to be honest, are we getting a 4th bonus stage? Yeah, 4 bonus stage. Wow. What? No! I hate it when that happens. So we had 4 bonus stages, but I did 3 out of 4. How about that? But anyways, once again, as always, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to support the channel. If you have any questions, feel free to say something in the comments. I do always look forward to your questions. And as always, thank you again, and I hope you have a great day.